What is going on, man? Pro gamer. Shout out to Pro Game. I do have an iPhone X. I see we got a couple people in here, so if you got and Fox, basically the entire group chat from Twitter is here tonight. Let's see. First, we'll start from the top. PGG asks, will Kareem Hunt ever get signed? That is a tough question because you have Kareem Hunt, who his video isn't that bad. Well, let me rephrase that. It's really bad. It's really bad. But it's not as bad as Ray Rice's video. It's not as bad as Joe Mixon's video. So my guess is that he's going to have like a 1-year suspension when all is said and done. And I don't really expect him to play until maybe not even until the 2020 season. But we'll see what happens. I have a bad feeling just because in the past, Roger Goodell has he has not really handled situations like this in an appropriate way. And let me elaborate on that. You have Josh Gordon, who smoked a lot of marijuana, and he got a 1-year suspension for smoking marijuana. So I feel like something's going to happen with Kareem Hunt's suspension, and they're going to say, oh my gosh, Josh Gordon had a 1-year suspension for smoking marijuana, and Kareem Hunt did this, and he got this suspension. And Ezekiel Elliott got this suspension. Ezekiel Elliott, they didn't really have a whole lot of evidence for that. Okay? So, it's kind of difficult to say. All right, let's go to the next question. Fox87 asks me, what is going on with the Sixers? The Sixers, let's just call a spade a spade. The Sixers, every time they go to Toronto to play a game, they play like this, a lot of turnovers, a lot of sloppy play. Embiid did not show up at all. For us to win the East, which we're capable of doing with this roster, with this talent, with all this talent we have to get more from Ben Simmons and Embiid. All right? We can't just have one guy that has a monster game. We can't just have, Jimmy Butler's knocking down shots. JJ Redick's knocking down shots. We got to have Embiid dominating in the paint. We got to have JJ Redick hit from outside. We have to have Simmons run the offense, know where guys are going to be, get the guys the ball, go to the rim. Ben Simmons can easily go to the rim, and he can score. And that's what we need. We need more people to score. We can't do things like we missed a lot of layups. We turned the ball over, and it just blew up in our face in the fourth quarter. We played horrible, and it was still a game. So I think that's a positive. That's the only positive you can really take, is that it took the most abysmal performance you can possibly put on in the fourth quarter for us to completely turn into that and lose this game. What happened with Embiid? All right. All right, pretty much addressed that. Blues blew a chance to win. Eagles need a win this week. I hate Cowboys fans. Well, the Eagles do need to win this week. We are 6-6. We've had a very much a lackluster start to the season, and we're here. We're here to go to Dallas, and they're really the Dallas Cowboys are very much on top of the mountain right now. That win they had against the New Orleans Saints is like that's like a world beater type of a feeling when you come off a win like that. But the Eagles are the team that is most dangerous to the Cowboys. Okay? The Cowboys do not want to lose this game because if they lose this game, they're in trouble. I don't care what people say. Oh my gosh, you won't beat the Rams. You won't beat the Texans. You won't do this. You guys don't know. You guys really don't know until we're here, until we are there doing this, playing these games. The games have to be played. So for the Eagles to go to 7-6 and win this division, get first place in this division, winning 3 games in a row is a big deal, especially if you win 3 straight division games. That's big. And that is the type of confidence this team needs to be able to go to Los Angeles. And then we can talk about the Rams and the other games to come. But I really feel like this Eagles team really seemed to find themselves in the second half against Dallas. Dallas, they were frustrating the Eagles in the first half. We only put up 3 points, and they ran a fake punt with Jeff Heath, got a big first down there, and then it leads to a scoring drive, leads to 7 points. Okay, so we gave up some plays in the first half to their offense. We played very, very conservative, very, very soft in the secondary. So I feel like some of those things were very, very easily correctable, and it could have led to an Eagles win, but it didn't. This time, I think we get them. I think we get it done and we go to 7-6. Cowboy X Factor. I know I don't do score predictions, but I think this game is close. This will be a close game. I think the Eagles are going to win anywhere from 3 to 5 points, maybe by field goal. This game, Philly Jim, this game is important for both teams. If the Eagles win, they get in first place. I agree. And it looks like that's all we have for now. So if you guys have anything else to ask, Jay the GOAT is in here. All right. Jay the GOAT, how do I feel about the Sixers? To be honest, man, this is how I feel about the Sixers. It's either one or two things. I either feel like we have the talent to win the East. You see how Boston is struggling. You see the Bucks on the rise. And you got the Raptors. Okay, the Raptors, very deep team. They are tough to beat at home. But this team, I really needed this team to win last night because we got to make a big statement on the road. The game was nationally televised. It was on ESPN. Everyone was watching it mostly. Or I'm sure a lot of people were watching it because it's 2 of the best teams in the East. And we missed a bunch of layups and we turned the ball over. So we just can't do that, man. You got to have big plays. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Embiid played like trash. He even came out and said, hey, I played like trash for several games in a row. So he's a leader. He holds himself accountable. That is a good sign. We will play Toronto at home in Philadelphia at the end of December, I believe. Yes, on the 22nd, we will play them at the Wells Fargo Center, and on the 25th, we will head to Boston. So if we win both of those 2 games, then we have the ability to make the statement that I was trying to talk about earlier. Maybe that is the problem. Embiid, he has been playing a lot of minutes. A lot of people have criticized him in the past, saying blah blah blah. Embiid's injury prone. He's this. He's soft. He's this. He's that. None of it's true. Injuries, shit happens with that. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. But I've been very very impressed with him this year. But man, we really need this guy for the big games. We need him to become a beast in the paint, become a beast, posting people up, posting smaller players up, and just going to the rim, being that old school big man that he can be. And that is how we can win. We don't want Embiid to be the guy that has to take all the outside shots, you know. So that's really the big problem. Who knows? The Raptors might be too good to beat the Sixers at home. Well, the 76ers, we have the best record at home in the NBA. So the Raptors come in our house and beat us, then they're definitely for real. Yeah, the Butler trade was definitely worth it, but it's like I was saying earlier. For us to beat teams like Toronto, aka the best team in the East, for us to win the East, we have to have big time games from Jimmy Butler. We have to have big time games from Ben Simmons. We have to have big time games from Joel Embiid. We have to have big time games from JJ Redick. All right. So you can't have Embiid has 10 points. He's 0 for 4 from 3. He's not dominating the game in the post like he does, man. He gets in the paint, he gets after it, he dunks, he does what he has to do. He's a big man. He is the best big man in the NBA. We can't have stuff like 10 points from Embiid and 8 points from Simmons and 38 points from Butler. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need these guys collectively to put on a show. And that is how we can win. Man, yeah, here's the deal. Jay the Goat, I see you're asking questions about Fultz. All right, Cowboy X Factor, I see you got some things to say. I will get to you after this. But I'm going to address the Markelle Fultz thing. Markelle Fultz, that was a bad pick. That was a bad trade. It was a bad pick. We gave up a draft pick this year, a high draft pick we could have this year. Boston gets that, and they get Jason Tatum when we could have just stayed at the 3rd overall pick, drafted Jason Tatum, and we wouldn't even be having this discussion about who the best team in the East is. You know? And Markelle Fultz is just a bit of a nutcase. You know, it's all in his head with the whole shooting thing, and you got all this nonsense, all these reports out there that he has some kind of shoulder disease or something. I don't buy it, because if he really had that, then why was he in the gym this whole summer telling the reporters, "Oh, I put up 150,000 jump shots in the gym this summer." But now all of a sudden he can't lift his arm to shoot. I don't buy it. So yeah, Sixers are stuck with Markelle Fultz, and nobody will trade for him. Teams will laugh if we call them and say, "Hey, do you want Fultz?" So Sixers are screwed with that. They just have to live with it, and hopefully bring in some more players in free agency. Maybe grab a good rotational guy at the deadline. Maybe before the All-Star break. So, that is basically the whole Fultz thing. Now, is Fultz a bust? I definitely think Fultz is a bust. There's no question about it, man. He was the number 1 overall pick of the draft, and we get absolutely nothing out of him. But to be fair, the Sixers have drafted a lot of busts. They drafted Michael Carter-Williams. They drafted Jahlil Okafor. They drafted Nerlens Noel, and they drafted Markelle Fultz. That's 4 busts. The Sixers could pretty much bust Kel Fultz. Yeah, I call him bust Kel Fultz. But anyway, man, the Sixers could pretty much come up with a starting 5 of busts. That's how bad it's been during the process. But at least we hit on Simmons and Embiid. So I guess we got to do that. You voted for Trump, right? Okay. Let's see what Cowboy X Factor says. Sixers need to trade Fultz, but okay, well, pretty much addressed that. If Camus wants to talk, okay, this is about the Eagles. Camus Grugier-Hill came out and he said that, you know, the Cowboys choke every year. We're going to go down to Dallas and we're going to make them choke. This is what Cowboy X Factor is talking about. If Camus wants to talk trash, I want to see him make a big-time play, like an INT he dropped in the first game. Yeah, I mean, Camus Grugier-Hill, he had a pick 6 in his hands and he dropped it, man. You know, that ended up being a potential game-changing play that could have won or lost us the football game. Anyway, you know, I don't really have a problem with him saying it because it's the truth. But, you know, he does have to go out and make some plays and back up what he said. But this is good. Things would be different if Boston Celtics took Tatum and an NBA redraft. Sixers held some workout for some free agents today. It's a good thing, man. We need a lot more depth than we already have. Cowboy X Factor. I'm not Tatum time anymore. I'm Philly Jim. You gotta call me Philly Jim. You're not working out Bacon and Tatum time. You guys got any questions? You didn't get me, man. Should the Sixers release Fultz? I mean, he's 20 years old, so maybe he comes back after this whole shoulder drama is over and he looks good. But as soon as his stock raises even this much, you got to trade him. You know what, dude? I would release him. I'm not going to lie. Cowboy X Factor, you are insane, man. Know that? Winners worry about winning and losers worry about winners. Wow, that's pretty interesting, X. Let me show you something, Cowboy X Factor. Super Bowl champions. World champions. If you look in the background, I don't know how well you can see it. You probably can't see it very well. But if you look right there where I'm pointing, it's a magazine from Sports Illustrated of the Philly Special. The best play call in Super Bowl history. So you tell me who's a winner and who's not. Because no one on the Dallas Cowboys roster is a Super Bowl champion. Romo wasn't a Super Bowl champion either. Dez was never a Super Bowl champion. Murray was never a Super Bowl champion. Dak's not a Super Bowl champion. Ezekiel Elliott is not a Super Bowl champion. Sean Lee has never been a Super Bowl champion. There's a lot of guys on this team that's been there and done that and done it on the biggest stage. So that comment that Jason Garrett made about, oh, well, losers worry about winners. What is he talking about? What has he ever won? He was Troy Aikman's backup, so he has rings from riding the bench. He's never won anything. Dallas has never won anything with the current players they have now. It's been almost 25 years since they've been winners, but they want to talk. Please. All right, do you see X? I want you to look and over my shoulder. You see that thing that's on the wall in the background? That is the Philly Special magazine. Jason Garrett, I don't care if 5's greater than 1. You're 5. Let me show you something else. Last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl, they had to watch it on a VHS. We were watching it on Blu-ray, high definition. Anything else? Cowboys have been irrelevant for longer than you've been alive. Literally longer than you've been alive. You're in college, right? It's your second year in college. So you're about 20 years old. Then that means the Cowboys have 2 playoff wins in your entire lifetime. But you want to talk about being a winner. Okay. I've seen my team go to 5 NFC championships. I've seen my team go to 2 Super Bowls. I've seen my team win the NFC East year after year after year after year after year after year. So I can talk. I can talk about being a winner. I can talk about how successful my team has been. The only thing that was a knock against us was that we never won a Super Bowl, and we won a Super Bowl. So now we deserve the respect. And that's the bottom line. Well, Cowboys fans can say it took us long. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter how we got it. It doesn't matter how long we took to get it. We got it. We are champions. We are the reigning champions. Every Super Bowl champion has a little fight in them. And you're going to see that fight on Sunday. I promise. Wouldn't it be something if Zach Ertz broke Jason Witten's record? Zach Ertz is going to break Jason Witten's record. He needs 18 more catches to get to the 110. So we'll say he needs 19 more with 4 games remaining for him to break the record. Okay, so he's probably going to get it. And the thing about Zach Ertz really, really, really admires Jason Witten. He says he stole a lot of things from Jason Witten's game. And he kind of is like Jason Witten because Jason Witten was the big security blanket he was there that for Romo and he was that for Dak on third down, and he's Wentz's main guy. So yeah, that was good. Ertz breaks the record in this game. Wow, he would have to have a huge game for that. I have some kind of a feeling that the Dallas Cowboys are going to try to double cover Dez. They're going to try to double cover Zach Ertz in this game. But I still think that'd be problematic because Golden Tate, Nelson Aguilar, Alshon Jeffrey will get more involved. So, and who knows? You might not even be able to double Zach Ertz. The Eagles have weapons on offense. So, depending on what happens, we should be able to do what we have to do to win this game. I don't know, man. People are starting to really respect Ertz, and a lot of people are expecting the Dallas Cowboys to try to take Ertz out of the game and make Wentz go to Jeffrey, go to Nelson Aguilar, go to Golden Tate, go to Jordan Matthews. But the real key to this game is playing physical football. All right, we have to establish the run. We have to use Josh Adams. Josh Adams had some big runs against Dallas in the first game. All right. And he didn't get any more carries. And he deserved it. And he's proven he deserves them. So we have to get Josh Adams going early, and it will open up the rest of the offense. Then Ertz will get his. Then Jeffrey will get his. And Aguilar will get his. Tate will get his. Jordan Matthews will get his. Dallas Goedert will get his. What worries me about this game is what happened in the first game, and this coaching staff can't adjust for some reason. Did you know Jason Garrett has been employed with the Cowboys for one half as long as their Super Bowl drought? So he's been there, what, 12 years? 11 years? However long it's been. $10 years. Okay, he's been there since 2008. Got any more questions? What is Nick Foles' contract like? He's a free agent after this year. What do you mean? What is his contract like? He is a free agent. This probably is his last year with the team. So I don't know where he goes next year. The NFL's business, so what if he goes to the Giants? I hope he doesn't go to the Giants, though. I don't think he would do that. The Redskins might sign him. Well, here's the thing, X man. If the Cowboys the Cowboys. If the Redskins keep if the season goes this way, they're probably going to have like a mid-round, maybe close to a top 10 pick. So there's going to be guys that they can potentially select. I think Will Greer is a guy that you might want to keep an eye on to see if the Washington Redskins draft him in the first round of the draft. You know, he was a Heisman candidate at West Virginia, but it's kind of hard when you got to compete with guys like Kyler Murray in the Big 12. So, you know, there's guys coming out. Maybe does Dwayne Haskins come out this year? I don't know. There's a lot of guys that could come out potentially, and the Redskins could draft a young quarterback, which is what they need to do. They got in big trouble with RG3. Thoughts on Luka Doncic? Luka is a beast. He's an animal. He can stroke it. He can shoot. Great. It's great for the Mavs to have this young core of him and Dennis Smith Jr. They are going to be a good team in the West. If they can continue to build this team, and they will continue to build this team with talented young players. They also have a really good player in Jalen Brunson from Villanova. He is the backup point guard, or he might be the third string point guard. I'm not sure. You would know the answer to that. But he was the National Player of the Year last season in college basketball as Villanova won the national championship. So, yeah. Anything else? If you guys got a few more questions, let me know. X, I think you're the only one in here, man. What do you mean, what do I think about Wentz? What do you mean, what do I think about Carson Wentz? I think Carson Wentz is a beast. I think he's a gamer. I would rather have him than any other young quarterback. I'd rather have him than Mahomes, Goff, you name him. You name him. I love Carson Wentz. I think he's having a so-so year coming off the injury. I think he will be more back to his old self next season. But I do think he has a little magic left here and there that he has shown this season. Showed it against the Jags. Showed it against a couple teams. Showed it against Indianapolis, the opening drive. Showed it against the Redskins a little bit. Some plays against Dallas. He showed it. He had a really good throw to Nelson Aguilar deep down the field. So I think he's the man. I think he's great. And I do think he can find a little bit of that magic this week, and that will be enough for us to win. Billy Jim is the GOAT. What can I say, man? I am the GOAT. Well, fumble sucks. I just laugh every time I see him. Me too, man. He's an embarrassment. He will never live that play down. Philly Jim Sports. That is my Instagram account if you guys want to follow it.
Mouth, sitting back saying, Camus Grugier Hill, do me a favor. Shut the fuck up. I heard that you're fucking talking shit. I heard that you're running your fucking mouth. Sitting back saying, oh, the Cowboys always fucking choke. Yeah? Is that right? Well, bitch, I want to see if they choke this fucking Sunday when Ezekiel Elliott is running over your fucking ass, making you like a goddamn fool. Sort of like what fucking DeMarco Murray did to fucking.
Appreciate it. Shout out Cowboy X Factor, but you are the only dude in here. I'm not quite as big on YouTube as you are yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll keep working and keep making these videos.
Shut the fuck up.
EDP. Yeah, I just saw that stupid video on Twitter, so I wanted to check it out while I'm waiting for some more questions. You missed Eagles crazy when he was in here a while ago, X. Appreciate the thumbs up, guys. Got 4 likes on this. How about them Cowboys? What's up? How about them Cowboys? How you doing, man? You're gonna check out Eagles crazy? Well, good luck with that, man. All right, guys, I'm gonna take a couple more questions from you, and I'm gonna shut down for the night. And yeah, we'll be streaming for the Cowboys and Eagles game on Sunday. You seem tired. I'm not tired. Trust me, I'm anything but tired. It's just been on here for about 40 minutes now. I'll stay for about 5 more minutes. How about them Cowboys? Will you still be open on Twitter with open DMs? Are you the same person as Cowboy X Factor? All right, I don't know, man. But yeah, man, you can hit me up on Twitter if you want. My Twitter is PhillyJim12 at PhillyJim12, and you can find me there. You can also find me on Instagram, PhillyJim Sports, posting Philadelphia news and highlights about every day. And Facebook page is Lynn Sports. I have my podcast on there every Tuesday night, the Read and React podcast with my main man, Nick. Nick is from Texas. He is a Cowboys fan. So he knows I can't review my. I should have known. Cowboy X Factor's burner account. Oh!
Always those sorry ass.
Oh no! All right, X. If you ain't got no more questions, man, gonna be gone. Wow. What a run. Probably just gonna ignore him, man, to be honest. Come on, Jags. I need the Jags to score some points. I also need Leonard Fournette to score some points. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night, guys.